So recently this video kept getting recommended to me. A guy making a game in PowerPoint. And he made some kind of a puzzle game, so seeing that, I had to up the ante. My goal was to create an RPG with choices. So I started thinking of an idea for my short game. I landed with a village where someone needs your help and you either help them or not. The story evolves from there. I used a lot of assets from my other project afterward. I don't have a PowerPoint and I'm too lazy to download it, so I'll use Google Slides, since it's more convenient anyway. I opened up Google Slides and made the start screen. Making games in PowerPoint is super easy and 10 out of 10, better than any game engines. So the idea is to add slides and link buttons to different slides and make different actions using that. So the project is mostly done in Photoshop and then transferring the pictures into slides. I made my screen, my character, but there is something missing. In these types of games, there's always some kind of a cutscene at the beginning explaining who you are and maybe what your quest is or what your goals are. So I had this brilliant idea to use animations and to create cutscenes that way, and it ended up looking really good. I added a city and a snowy area to kind of make it cinematic. For the snowy part, I made some shadows for the fire, so it can blend better. I added it to the slide and animated some text. The movement of the character would be done with these two arrows. I later removed the back arrow because I thought it was not as useful. I mean, who would use a back arrow? It kinda wouldn't make sense. And now the tedious part is linking the buttons to their slides. This project is long and I mostly did this, linking slides to the button presses. It was very annoying and boring, but hey, it's gotta be done. When you reach this person, he says that his son is in danger, and when you interact with him, you get your first choice. I made these cool dialogue boxes from the choices and random dialogue. The character design too. Now this is where the story splits for the very first time. I put up a disclaimer for the player to know. The man asks, would you go and see if his son is okay? If you press yes, you go into this house, only to find out his son is dead. Bruh. And this mysterious monster appears and commands you to leave immediately or you will face punishment. He mentions this Mykonos guy. Mykonos. And in here you can ask him some questions with them leading to a choice and another split in the gameplay, where you can either attack him or just walk away. If you attack him, he will launch an attack, and if you successfully counter him, you will kill him. The countering is again done with animations. Exiting the house, you will find out that you are not in the village anymore, but in fact in Mykonos' mind. Or maybe better, he can control your mind, and you can actually meet him for the very first time. When you go talk to him, you can actually find out who he actually is, or you can straight up being mean again. I mean, there's a lot of different paths in this game. You can actually say no to that man at the beginning, or you can actually walk away from the monster. Everything has a different ending, and everything has a different dialogue at the end with Mykonos. And that dialogue is actually, it's some kind of a evaluation of your acts by Mykonos. And if you actually press no to that first person, you will meet another person named Amanda, and she will also mention Mykonos and also mention that he's looking for a conversation with you. Depending on what decision you made, it will determine what ending you get. Here's an example. I completed the talk and got 15% of good and 80% bad, which is an evil ending. I made 3 more endings to make the talk to Mykonos more interesting and fun. The idea of this talk with Mykonos is actually to kind of let him evaluate your gameplay, aka your decision making, so it can actually make this for an interesting gameplay. You can actually go and try for yourself to get a 100% good ending, or maybe that doesn't exist. But yeah, making this game was actually really fun. You can create a bunch of stuff in PowerPoint, and I didn't expect to create a game that was actually playable and interesting and fun. You can download the game in the description and you can try it out for yourself. You can let me know on the subreddit and also in the description below or in the comments below on how well you did and what type of ending you got and how Mykonos actually evaluated you. It definitely helped that I could reuse assets from my previous projects. And yeah, who would have said that you can create a somewhat fun game in a program like PowerPoint? Or in my case, a PowerPoint on a website, Google Slides. I'll now leave you with one of the gameplays I recorded. This is just one out of many endings. I didn't want to show you all of the game, but there is obviously more endings to it. But I want you to go download the game and try it, and see if you can beat the game and get a 100% good ending, or a 100% bad ending. You come talk to this man and he tells you that his kid is somewhere in these houses and tells you to go look for him. I accepted the request and headed towards the house. When entering the house, you see his son dead, lying on the ground. But a mysterious monster appears and says that you were too late, saying I should leave. I asked who Mykonos is, and obviously he was pretty suspicious, so I maybe thought that he was the one who killed the man's son. I decided to attack him, and successfully countered his attack. When talking to Mykonos, I was wondering, am I gonna finally discover who Mykonos actually is, what his purpose is in this small town. And that was the game. I got a standard ending with 85% good, and I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, subscribe for more cool stuff like this.